Hello, welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. So I'm here today with book 4 of the Cutler series by V.C. Andrews slash Andrew Niederman. I should probably just say V.C. Andrews because that's the brand. Cutler series. So that's what I'll do from now on. It took me a while. Anyway, this is Midnight Whispers, not to be confused with Careless Whispers by Wham, which George Michael's one of my favorite all-time pop stars, so just throwing that out there. So I don't know if it's like this with all of the V.C. Andrews series, but it does seem that maybe like the fourth book they go and look at the child of the heroine. So in this case, it's Christy. So Dawn has gotten older, and I guess it's just because, it's a little boring to just be, like with Kathy and Christopher got so boring. It's a little boring to just center on one character. So we are now in the world of Christy. So Christy is Dawn's daughter that she had as a teenager with Michael Sutton. So before I start, there will be all kinds of spoilers. I will be giving out major plot points of this story, so just be warned. This story begins with Christy's Sweet 16 birthday party. Now, when the last book ended, Dawn was pregnant, with Jimmy's child. So she and Jimmy are still together. They had a son named Jefferson. He's like around 9 years old. So Christy and Jefferson get along great. Everything's going well. Dawn and Jimmy are happy. Philip and Aunt Betty are still around, and their twins, Richard and Melanie, are about, I guess, maybe 12 or 13 at this time. So the twins, they're very strange. They're like in their own kind of world. They do everything together, including still taking a bath together when they're like in their early teens, I think, 12 or 13. Very strange. But this is the world we're in with V.C. Andrews. So Sweet 16 party, everything's going great. Christy is like mini Dawn. She's just like a sweet little Dresden doll. And of course, Fern shows up in the Fanny / Clara Sue role now. And she gives Christy a shocking book, a copy of Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence. And we all know how dirty that book is. And I think I probably read it when I was around Christy's age. And it didn't corrupt me too much, but then there is Batilda. So the party's really great. Everything's happy. Uncle Philip is being a little creepy with Christy, but we expect that. Oh, Christy is in love with her stepbrother, Gavin. So you wonder, can't these people ever date outside their family? He is Jimmy's father's son. So it's Jimmy's half brother. So he's not really related to Christy. But, again, we're in that world of weirdness. And he's kind of your typical, nondescript male character who's just in love with the heroine. So in the last book, we did have a car accident. Clara Sue was killed in a car accident with her sleazy boyfriend. Now we have a fire, very much like the Dollenganger series. Cutler Cove somehow mysteriously is set on fire, and Dawn and Jimmy die together in the basement. Like they run to each other to save each other, and they both perish. Even though I should have expected that to happen because it's the formula, it did kind of catch me off guard. So now we are firmly into Christy's world. And she, because she's only 16, has to move in with creepy Uncle Philip and his horrible, horrible wife, Aunt Betty, or Aunt Bet, I think now she's called, who's just turned into the grandmother Cutler, or the grandmother in Flowers in the Attic. I mean, it's the same horrible character. Or Emily, who does come back from this series, and she's probably my favorite villain so far. Aunt Bet is just this horrible, horrible woman. She takes over everyone's lives. She tortures little Jefferson, like really tortures him. She's mean to Dawn. She spoils the two twins and lets them take baths together. In the bathtub scene, I think Niederman describes Melanie's breast as being like two marshmallows, which really made me laugh, I have to say. But yeah, so we're all in that weirdness. And Philip, Uncle Creepy, starts to really lose it, and he becomes like obsessed, of course, with Christy, who he starts calling Dawn. He gives her this beautiful negligee to wear, and it's like completely see-through. And then he even goes so far, and this we see happening in the other series as well, is to creeping into her room at night and raping her. So he full off, attacks her, rapes her. She takes off in the middle of the night with Jefferson. She's got to get out of there. She can't stand this household anymore. No one believes her. And of course, no one calls the cops, but she goes to New York. And actually, I enjoyed this section of the book. It was a lot like in the Castile series when Lee goes to New York. There's that sense of she's like a hick. She doesn't know what she's doing. And for someone who moved to New York when I was 20 years old and was a bit of a hick, I could really relate to the whole experience. So she does find her real father, Michael Sutton, who is not the big star living in a penthouse, but in some rundown, horrible apartment with some sleazy woman, and he's of no help. So Dawn is desperate in New York after she leaves Michael Sutton's apartment. She's running out of money. Jefferson is whining. He's hungry. He's cold. She calls Gavin, and he drives up and rescues them. And they decide, it's a bit preposterous, but they decide to go to hide out at the Meadows, the Virginia plantation. So then Fern shows up at the plantation with some sleazy boyfriend and starts ordering everybody around and torturing Christy and making her like her personal slave and being mean to everyone and then threatening to reveal their location if they don't comply with her wishes. So while they're at the Meadows being tortured by Fern, little Jefferson cuts his foot on a rusty nail. It gets infected, so he's dying. So they have to take him to the hospital. It's discovered that they're on the run. They have to be returned now to Cutler Cove with creepy Uncle Philip and weird Aunt Bet and those two strange twins. And Gavin gets sent away. Uncle Philip tries once again to attack Christy on the beach. She is able to get help, and Philip just is completely he's just had a complete mental breakdown, is carried away by the men in the white coats. And then Aunt Betty learns about the rape, and she's shattered. So she and the twins go off gratefully back to wherever she came from. So then Christy and Jefferson move in with Bronson, and he takes care of them. And then Gavin comes back, and the book ends with her and Gavin getting together. So it does have a happy ending. I found this book to be probably of the 5 books my least favorite, just because it really felt recycled. So we have 1 book to go, and I will have that review up very soon. So let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books. If you're watching the new series, Ruby, I would love to know your thoughts. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by my haunted library, and I'll see you soon. Bye.